My coffee is almost all gone. Why is the coffee almost gone? No. Hi everybody, let's talk about God. Alright, so a little bit of backstory about myself and how this all came to be. I was diagnosed with bipolar disorder in my senior year of high school. From early childhood, however, to senior year, I was being treated for depression, which are completely different medications you should be taking for each mental illness. So I had a really rough, childhood, high school experience, just because of my mental illness and, being treated with depression when it should have been bipolar disorder. And so I've had, I've seriously attempted suicide 2 times. I have thought about, seriously committing suicide and preparing for it, but not actually doing it, 3 times. So, in total, suicide instances 5 times. But I have, countless suicide notes. I got rid of them, by the way. Just really rough stuff. And now I'm on steady medication. My emotions are kind of they're pretty steady. I have basically the right amount of, when I'm sad, it's the right amount of sad. When I'm happy, it's the right amount of happy, most of the time. Recently, they have seemed to be, more apparent with manic and manic depressant, which really scared me. When I got upset and sad, it was for a good reason, but I stayed that way for, a little bit too long than what would be normal. And when I got happy, it was extremely happy, and I was obnoxious, and I could see it in my friends' faces that they're like, "Oh my God, Megan, just shut up." Or my laugh was extremely loud, and people who didn't know about my situation, about my bipolar disorder, would point it out "Girl, your laugh is really loud." And I'm I cannot control it. I try, but it's really difficult. So here's the story about God. So I was driving home about a week and a half ago. I was driving home, and we have this we call it a canyon road, but I'm not exactly sure if it's actually a canyon. I don't know, but I call it the canyon road. So I was driving on the canyon road, and there's this big cliff, and I was I could totally drive off this cliff right now and not care, or I could totally get in an accident that would have me drive off the cliff and wouldn't care. Now don't confuse this. I was not going to drive off the cliff. I did not plan on driving off the cliff. It was just a thought. And I have those thoughts a lot. And that kind of comes with the mental illness, I feel. I'm never serious about them anymore. I forget about them within, a few seconds. But I still have those thoughts. And in this particular moment, I was really frustrated with that. I was really frustrated that I was still having these thoughts, that I was still just not exactly suicidal, but having suicidal thoughts, I'm happy in life. I just didn't understand what was happening and why this was happening, why it was still happening. So I decided to turn on the radio, distract myself, and I was going through the channels oh my goodness, why is there no good channel? Why are there no stations right now? Come on, let's find one. And I got to one, and it was clear, and I was okay, cool, clear. And I played this song called Trust in You, and it was 91.1, and it's the Christian rock channel. And this wave of love and acceptance and just this wave of happiness came over me, and I'd never been a very religious person before, but the first thing in my head just popped out. I'm like, this is God. And then that shocked me. I literally had to pull over to the side of the road because I was so shocked at myself, and I was like, whoa. Did I seriously just think of God? Like I've never really thought of God in that sense. Like, I didn't ever really, like, even thought of him. Like, it's kind of hard to explain. Like, God hasn't really entered your mind basically in your whole life, and then all of a sudden, I am so sure. Like, there was, like, no doubt about it. And that's really hard to believe, you know? Especially for an outsider, and especially for my boyfriend and my friends. They're just, you know, like, I was like, but I was so sure. I'm like, this is God. This is God. And I was just like, oh my goodness. I didn't even know that this was possible. So when I got home, I was still thinking, like, this is God. What do I do now? I have this friend from high school, and she goes to this church that she really liked, and I've been following them on Instagram for quite a while now, and some of the people who attend that church on Instagram, and they have all these amazing pictures, all these amazing experiences, and in their descriptions, they're like, this is because of God. I got this experience because of God. God gave me this. God has blessed me with that. La, 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 la. So I was like, I'm going to give this church a try because I like it. My friend seems to like it. I'm going for it. And so I went on Sunday, and I absolutely loved it. I felt good there. I felt God there. And that's so weird, you know, to actually feel something that you cannot see, that there is no proof, that, like, it's just, that it's solely based on opinion and feeling. There is no proof of God. I have yet to find true proof that there is a God. And I was just like, how is this possible? You know, like, when there are so many beautiful religions out there are so many beautiful different walks of life, how can this be the only one? And then I thought, it's not the only one. It's the only one for me, however. I'm going to make a different video at some point about my opinions about religion, but that's not really the point of this video. But when I was there, I just felt accepted. I felt loved. You know, I sat in the back thinking that I didn't want to insult anybody if I didn't participate, really. But like, when the songs were on, when the band was playing, I was like, oh. I was putting my hands up, which I never thought I would. My heart was completely open to everything there and to everybody. And I was just in awe about how I felt. And it was just amazing. I loved it so much. Oh, it was a good experience. It was a really good experience. So that's basically my story of God. It just came on super suddenly. And it's kind of hard because it came on so suddenly, I haven't exactly asked their opinion about it. In fact, I don't actually know if they even know about it. About other, like, my friends' opinions and stuff. Because it happened so suddenly, they're going to be like, oh, she'll get over it within, like, a month or so. Like, I'm not. I'm going to go to church every Sunday. If I can't make it on Sunday, the church that I'm, like, going to, I haven't really gone to it, you know what I mean. Also does, like, a sermon on Saturday night that is available. And I'm just so, like, happy. So, completely off topic, I kind of had a freak out with my boyfriend because with this experience with God, it made me really start to think of what I actually want in life. And so, I was, like, in the car with him when we went to the store, and all of a sudden I was like, are we actually right for each other? Like, should we break up? I don't know. Like, is this right? Are you right for me? Am I right for you? Like, and I was, like, seriously just, like, thinking of breaking up with him for no good reason at all. And that kind of scared him. That he was so calm about it, and, like, at the end I was like, what in the world am I doing? Why in the world am I saying these? This is ridiculous. So hopefully, I mean, I still think he's kind of hurt about it, but at this moment in my life right now, I do not see myself without him. Obviously, things change, but at this moment, I do not see myself without him. I do not plan on seeing myself without him. I think it was just God really like hitting me and saying, you need to think about what you actually want, and you need to think if this is right for you. He may think it's already right for me, but I needed to know that for myself. You know, and I don't know what God's plan is with this relationship. And like I said, I think he's still kind of hurt about it, but I think we're going to be okay. I really hope so, because I really love him, and he's really great. Yeah, so that's my God story. I'm so happy that God loves me and accepts me, and it's just so great. I'm like really happy. I don't think I've ever been this happy before, like ever. Next video will be on Tuesday, and I have a few ideas of what I want to do. If I want to, you know, stay on the religious path for right now, or if I want to go on some different ideas that I have. But that is the video for this week. Like, comment, and subscribe if you want to. It'd be cool. Alright. I'll see you guys. I will talk to you guys next week.